Good morning, YouTube family and friends. I hope you've had a good last few weeks. Uh, yeah, I myself, yeah, well, not sure what I want to talk about or not, but anyway, I'm sorry I haven't been post. I didn't post the last 2 weeks. I was just not in a good headspace, so I still did my weigh-ins. First, let me say today is Saturday, March 7th, 2026, and this will be my updates for week 100, 101, and 102. I know I missed making a video on my 100th video. So, yeah, that's kind of, so technically this is my 100th video. It's for weeks 100 through 102. Man, it's been that long. It's almost 2 full years. It's amazing how time flies. So, but anyway, I want to start first with the weigh-ins for all the weeks. So, my last weigh-in that you knew about, that was week 99. I weighed in at 199. So, my first time under 200. And that gave me a 3 pound weight loss and put me at 37 pounds lost for the 99 weeks. Now the week after that, I don't know what happened, but my weight fluctuated big time. Sometime during the next week before the weigh-in, I was weighing in at like 205. It's like, what? I didn't understand it. But when it came to the next Saturday morning, which would have been week 100, I did weigh in at just 201. So I went up to 205 and back down to 201. Maybe my body was just kind of, it's like fighting. It's like, hey, we're not supposed to be under 200. I don't know, but it came back down mostly, not all, but it's mostly. So I was weighing at 201, which was a 2 pound weight gain that put me down, back up, or I should say, put me at 35 pound weight loss instead of 37. Then last week, which was week 101, I weighed in at 200. So I lost 1 pound for week 101. So I put my weight loss at 36 pounds for the 101 weeks. Now, today, this morning, which is week 102 results, I weighed in at 199. So it's a 1 pound weight loss, and I'm back to being down 37 pounds for the 102 weeks. So I'm back under 200. Yay! So, all right. So that's out of the way. Uh, Health wise, I've just been going through, like I said, I'm struggling with handling any type of anxiety or stress that's happens to me. I easily break down and start crying. It's embarrassing because, like I said, I cried in front of the therapist, but I think I might have told you that already. That was a little while ago, but I had my video call with MetLife and their psychotherapist. It was kind of like you have to do that. And I was talking to her, and at one point, I was just getting stressed and anxiety, especially when she says, "No, I'm sorry. I don't want to have to tell you this, but at this point, I don't think that you're going to be approved for long-term disability." That's what I'm trying to get through my job that runs through MetLife. So when she said that, I just broke down. Yeah, it was tears flowing. So yeah, that was embarrassing again. And then I don't know if I told you this or not. It was like 3 weeks ago. So maybe not. Maybe it was during week 100. Uh, I had, it was on the February 12th is when I see my psychiatrist again. And she had told me the time before to bring in the form that MetLife needed her to fill out. And because I told her, no, it's going on 6 months now. And no, it was, no, I was been told by you, the receptionist, and my therapist that you guys can start filling out forms at 6 months. So she said, yes, go ahead and bring it during our next meeting. But she wanted to go a month, full month before she saw me again. So I brought the form with me on my session with her on February 12th, and we went over our normal stuff first. Talk about how it's been going, what I'm thinking with the medications, and should we change them or not. And we went through all that, and then she started to say, okay, I'll see you in another month. I was like, whoa, just hang on. I brought the form with me that you said that we will go over today. And she was like, I don't fill this out. I shouldn't be the one filling it out. She said that my issues are with my medical issues, and so I should have those doctors fill it out, not her. And I was like, I'm sorry, but MetLife needs you to fill this out because one of the main issues is my mental health. Yes, mental health is caused by all my physical issues, all my sickness, diseases, whatever you want to call it. So she's like, so she went ahead and grabbed the form and looked briefly at it. She's like, I can't, no, I skipped a step. When I told her I brought the form, she first said, no, I can't fill this out until 1 year. I was like, 1 year? No, you told me 6 months, and the receptionist also told me 6 months. Now you're saying a year? And that's when she said, okay, let me look at it. So I was like, what? It's almost like she was trying not to do it. Then that's when she started talking about, no, it should be my doctors that should fill this out because it's my diseases and stuff that's causing me not to be able to work, and not the mental health. And that's, of course, again, when I said, no, MetLife needs you to fill out because that's the main reason I stopped working was because I was struggling mentally. And of course, yeah, now I'm having more issues physically. But she was like, I don't fill this out. I don't recall ever filling this out for anybody. And I'm like, what? So I was fighting back the tears in my eyes at that point. But she said, okay, let me look at it. And I had brought her a copy of what my primary doctor filled out when I first filed the claim for long-term disability with my job. And I told her no, she could only fill out a few sections because she knows of all my medical issues, but she's not the one treating me along with my mental health. Yes, I went to her first, and she recommended me to seek out help with a psychiatrist and a therapist, but she's not the one treating me for any of it. So, but I wanted you to see what she did fill out and the sections that she said should be filled out by you. So she started taking a look at that. She's like, I'm not going to be able to fill most of these sections out. But she's like, I'll fill out what I can. She starts filling it out. But I was like, wait, well, I'm sorry, hang on. Are you filling out the sections that's on the copy of the form that has already been faxed in to MetLife that my primary doctor filled out? She's like, yeah. It's like, sorry, but no. That's you can't use the same form that's a copy of a form. It even has the word fax and stamped on it with the date. We can't submit the same form again. It needs to be a new form. That's why I have the copy of a new form for you to fill out. And she's like, she's starting to get kind of snooty with me. And so she's like, well, I'll try to get to it when I can, but I'm not gonna be able to fill out a lot of these sections. So I'll fill out what I can if I have time. But it's not gonna be my fault if they reject it because not all the sections are filled out. But I'm like, and then she opened up her desk drawer, kind of just tossed it in there and shut her drawer. And again, she said, no, it's not going to be my fault if they reject it. No, but I'll take a look at it and I'll fill it out if I have time. And so I reminded her that, no, they need it by March 5th is the deadline for it. And no, she kept trying to rush me. She's like, well, I have other patients to see because she sees somebody like every 15 minutes. That's all you get with her. And so I'm like really trying to hold back my emotions at that point. And so she's like, okay. And she got up and pretty much told me, okay, let's go. She walked me out. So she walked me to the front desk and told them that she needs them to make an appointment for me in 1 month. And then she started to walk back to her office. So I turned around and said, no, thank you. Have a good day. Even though I didn't want to say that, I still want to be polite because I need her to fill that form out. And she didn't say anything back to me. So, yeah. So, I was like, it's been like 2 weeks, going on the third week. It's actually in the third week. And on this past Wednesday, the 4th, I get a call from the receptionist at her office. And they said, okay, we have the form that the psychiatrist filled out for you. Do you want to come pick it up or do you want us just to go ahead and fax it to MetLife? No, using because they had a fax number on the form. I'm like, great. No, please go ahead and fax it. But is it possible for me to get a copy of the form? She's like, sure. So, and I said, well, I'll be there tomorrow because I have an appointment with my therapist, Brett. And she's like, no problem. We'll have a copy of it waiting for you here. So I still don't know. No idea if she filled out all the sections or just filled out part of the sections. I don't know. I don't know what she said on it, whether or not she said that I can't work or the reasons why I can't work. I have no clue. But so I got there on this last Thursday, the 5th, and I checked in at the front desk, and then I said, you have the form for me, a copy of the form for me. And the lady I was talking to didn't know I was talking about, but the lady next to her, she's like, oh no, I got that. No, I have it. And so she went and got it and gave it to me. It's like, thank you very much. But then I just sat in the waiting area and I didn't open it. It's like I don't want to open it until after my therapy appointment. Plus I had running around to do with my mom afterwards. So and my therapist came out and got me and we went back to his office. And, hang on a second. And when I got back there, I let him know that the psychiatrist filled the form out, but because he knew what happened from the last time. It's my last, because I see him like every 2 weeks, and so he knew from my last session what happened at my last session with the psychiatrist. So so I told him, oh, she filled, I don't know what she's filled out. I got a copy of it here, but I haven't looked at it yet. And he's like, well, should you just go ahead and look at it now? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm going to wait and probably open it with my mom to see what it is. But he's like, well, no, wouldn't it be a good idea, especially if it's not what you were, not what you wanted? And wouldn't it be a good idea to open it since when you're with your therapist, so I can kind of help you through it? I'm like, I'm sorry, no, I just don't want to open it. I didn't want to tell him I was too scared to open it because I didn't want to know what it said. I was scared. And so, yeah, and so we kind of went through it. We kind of, I talked about things, and then he started to talk about like what do you really want out of these sessions? Because it seems like are you getting anything out of these sessions? And I'm like, I'm not sure, because I was honest with him. I told him that no, I would never thought that I'd be a person to go to therapy. I don't know if I would ever get anything out of therapy sessions. No, I thought this way. No, for many years in the past, even when I wasn't sick. So he was kind of talking about it, made it seem like that maybe I shouldn't come no more if I'm not getting anything out of it. So, but no, he's like, well, then he said, no, because I even mentioned, no, it's just more like these sessions are more like just me talking and getting stuff off my chest. And he's like, yeah, that's what it seems like. It's like, well, I thought that's what this was. And he's like, well, partly, but no, I need I need to be able to help you how to deal with things. And it just seems like all you do is talk about what's going on. Yes, that's good that you're able to get it off your chest. Because like I said, I even told him, no, since I'm not working no more, my friend I had at work, no, we would always vent with each other, what's going on. So he's like, so I'm kind of like replacing her with him. And so he then said, no, I do want to keep seeing you, but I need to know that you're going to get something out of it. No. And so he says, no, for our next session, I need you to think about what you want to get out of these sessions. How can I help you? So we need to have a reason to have these sessions. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. It feels good to kind of vent, especially when bad things happen to me, or when I have bad days, or when I lose it some days and I have bad anxiety attack, or when I get super emotional over something that stressed me out, or and when I have highly gave me high anxiety. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it, but I have my next appointment's on the 19th with him, so I have almost 2 weeks to think about that. But I'm not sure what I'm going to say when I see him next. No, I don't know. But anyway, after that, no, I went to go pick up mom so I can take her to do her running around, her errands. And I told her that I received it, but I decided not to open it with her. I still wasn't ready to open it. So, yeah. So finally, I kept putting it off when I got home after running mom around. I kept myself busy. I was kind of like putting off looking at it. And it was finally late at night. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I finally got myself to open it up and look at it. And I was surprised. She filled everything out. And she filled it out with the effect of she thinks I can't work right now. And she said the reasons why I can't work because I'm having a hard time controlling my emotions with me breaking down. And that's like that. Well, that's perfect because they know that because of what happened with my video call with this psychotherapist. And she's like, and with along with my issues that I'm having currently with my tremors and shakiness, with my other medical, no, for my on my with for my other diseases, and the side effects that I have of medications. And no, there's sections on there. She's like, he's still able to do his own finances. He's still doing his own finances, but she did put on there that I shouldn't drive. That he's not. I'm not driving anymore. I think because I told her I can't drive Uber anymore because it's too dangerous for me to drive for long periods of time because of how tired I am and because of the tremors and shakiness that I get. It's not safe for me to drive for a long period. But she said I'm not driving at all on the farm. But I am still driving, not much, but no, I still drive when I need to, like when I need to go to the store or if I need to run mom around. So, but yeah, she says, no, so right now, I'm not able to work. And then there's a next question that says, no, when do you think he'll be able to return to at least part-time work? No, and she put in there, unsure, because she doesn't know. So yeah, I was shocked. She filled it out the way I needed it filled out to give me the best chance of being approved for long-term disability. So I was shocked. All the stress that lifted off my back from that was a lot. So, and to help, I took a distribution out of my 401k because I can do that now. And I know mom wanted a car again because she knew how bad it is for me to drive her around because I get really tired when I'm driving her around a lot. So she knew it's hard on me. So she really needed a car, but she doesn't have the money to get a car, and she can't afford car payments. So I went ahead and took some of my money that I got out of my 401k, and I bought her a car. Now, it wasn't anything fancy, but it looks very reliable. It was a 2016 Chevrolet. I think it was a Sonic LT. It was low mileage for the year, for how old it was. It's like it's 10 years old, but it only had like 60 or 70,000 miles on it. It was low mileage. So, but it was like I paid $8,190 for it. And so I got it for her, and she was so happy. And yeah, it helps me out too. It really does because yeah, it's hard on me, especially how tired I am all day, every day, and it really exhausts me when I'm having to run her around. No, I'll do it because no, it needs to be done. No, she's my mom. I'll help her any way I can. So yeah, it was for her benefit. She's been really happy. She's like thankful. She keeps thanking me, and so it was needed, both to help her out and to help me out. So I had to do it, and she's so happy to drive again. So, but okay, we're on past 24 minutes. I got one last thing to talk about. This morning, before I left to go get my taxes done, which taxes was good, yay, but I decided to log in to my MetLife account and see where the status is at for my long-term disability claim. And the status on it said still pending review. So it's like, okay, it's not changed anymore. But then I looked because there's a section on there, for your claim for payments that they made. So I'm like, it looks like there's something in it. So I clicked into it and I was shocked. It's like, it says that they're doing a direct deposit to my account this next Monday the 9th. And it says it's for a period of December 6th through February 28th. And then they said another direct deposit is coming my way that's being made on March 20th. And it's for the period of March 1st through March 31st. It looks like I got approved. Maybe the status hasn't changed yet because they haven't notified me yet that I've been approved, but I've had to have been approved because it looks like they're sending me money. So I think I got approved. Thank God. Whew. And it's a decent amount. No, it did end up being 66.67% of my salary, which I was making six figures. So I'm getting a good amount, and thankfully with the money that I took out of my 401k to pay off some bills, the money that I'm going to be getting from long-term disability is just enough to cover my remaining bills, so I can make it without stressing about money. And I still got some of the 401k money left. I still got a decent amount of it left. I probably took out more than I needed, but I was really thinking that I was not going to get approved for long-term disability. And so like, I need money every month to pay my bills. So, but I think I did. We'll know for sure, hopefully next week, and I'll give you an update on next week's video. But I think I got approved, which my mental state today is so much better now, because I'm feeling like I'm getting a relief that it looks like I'm getting approved by that. And you don't know how much that helps me mentally. Takes that stress away, takes the anxiety away that I was having because of just the money issues. So, but anyway, that's my update. I have a lot more I could say, but we're going on 28 minutes here. It's almost at 28 minutes, so that's all I'm gonna give you. If you made it this long, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you would, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. It costs nothing for you. So, but it shows me that people are looking at my videos and they're getting something out of it. Maybe not for them directly, but maybe they have a loved one that's dealing with similar issues. So yeah, it helps me. It keeps me motivated to continue to make these videos. So, but anyway, you all have a great day. Remember to be kind to everybody. What's going on in the world right now, especially with we need kindness in the world. So tell your family, your friends that you love them, and be sure to don't waste any moment with them, because you never know what life is going to throw at you. I'm living proof of it. So, all right. Take care, and I love you all. See you next week.